And then we have Halloween. Which Halloween? The 1978 original?
Just called Halloween.
The remake?
Well, that's Rob Zombie's Halloween.
No, it's Halloween. Um, this is another thing I don't get, and I'm with
One
you on
on the
this.
giant chessboard.
And Medusa's head.
Well, I've been told reasons why is a chessboard because that means patience. Because Michael Myers is being patient, just like you would in chess,
Are you kidding
and he's
me?
being patient until the time he gets released. I've been told by about four different people this reasoning, and if you believe in that, and honestly, despite Mike's laughing, that's fine. For
I
me
mean,
personally, I think that's a really pretentious, stupid, silly idea on the director's part, as if it was a fucking student filmmaker with his first film, trying to be so symbolistic that it just makes my eyes bleed. But
if
that's so. But yeah, go ahead, Mike. You're laughing so much. You didn't hear that.
no, I
You
never
didn't
heard
hear that
that.
reasoning.
I never heard that reasoning. It's fucking ridiculous.
I've been told that by
Um, if you feel that way, that's fine.
I.
It's all right.
It's
I
not for
really don't
me.
have an issue with it either. I just find it laughable. I'm sorry. I really do.
I have
Um,
an issue in the movie. Yeah.
well, I do too.
Now,
It
if
just feels
people
like you're
like it, fine.
overthinking that. Like
And,
you're just
and
overthinking things. And it is. It's the epitome of pretentious.
well, maybe the director did do that, and it's basically less interesting.
Yeah, even if it
But
is
go
in there,
ahead.
why is
What
that
are
in a
your thoughts
Halloween
on it?
film? Like, really?
To be
Subtext
different?
in fucking Halloween in the 11th film in
To
the
be different?
franchise?
To be different?
What's different about this? That's the thing about this trailer, which already has like almost it says like 510,000 views or whatever, and bunch of likes and whatever, and all these different comments saying Michael Myers is back. It looks better than the first
Good for
movie.
them.
This looks great.
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
Good for them.
Teach their own. I have no issue with
Cool.
people who like it and think it looks great. I honestly wish I was in the same
You
boat,
disagree,
but this just looks
but we
boring.
just hate everything.
This just looks like the same
We
fucking
just hate
shit
everything.
I've already seen done a million times with this franchise. It really does.
What do you mean, Mike? We just
Okay.
hate everything.
Okay,
That's
okay.
why.
What do I mean? All right. The cinematography looks like the same cinematography I saw in Rob Zombie's Halloween movies, except not as grindhousey, but pretty damn close. Because you have the same sort of kind of dingy looking shots. You know what I'm talking about, right? Even Michael Myers'
Yeah,
mask
yeah.
looks similar. It's all dirty and dusty and shit. The story is just Halloween 2, but the only difference is, and it takes place 40 years later, so it's Halloween 2 plus H2O plus different sequences in the trailer that are directly homaging the other sequels. And this movie's
But
retconning the other sequels. So,
the filmmakers have admitted they want to reference every movie. They even have a shot with the mask and Halloween 3. They want to reference every movie as an ode to the fans, Mike. That's what I've been told as well.
that's a
They want
half
they want Easter eggs for every film.
to me that's a half-assed ode to the
That's what the
fans.
filmmakers said.
To me that's half-assed.
Why do you have to make an ode to the fans? Just make your own
Exactly.
fucking film. I'm tired of nostalgia,
Yeah.
jerking off Easter eggs. Just make your own fucking film. I'm tired of
I'm tired of that too.
homages. I'm sick of homages. It's like when Arnold fucking redoes every fucking line and, get to the chopper, get
Yeah.
to the chopper, get to the chopper. No, how about you have a new fucking line? I'm
Yeah.
tired of homages. I'm tired of Easter eggs. I'm tired of the shit. shit. Just have your own fucking movie. And I steal from every fucking movie to then have a movie that's just stealing every other fucking movie.
Yeah.
There's
It's like it's
nothing new
it's
in
it's the
this.
cabin in the woods of Halloween films. Really, if you think about it, stealing from every other movie,
Well,
and then we
okay,
don't have much.
you have the thing in the bathroom, like H2O. You have the a
or
guy killing
or
in the
the
garage,
remake,
like in Halloween 4,
or Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween with
where
Ken Foree.
Ken Foray in the shitter. You have him coming back to Haddonfield many years later, like in Halloween 4. Him
Or
coming back to
H2O.
go after Laurie Strode, like in H2O. Like in H2O. Oh, instead of her son, it's her daughter and granddaughter. And like, what's the point? Okay, you want to take away it's not her brother anymore, because so that's why you took away Halloween 2, because you want to make Michael more mysterious, but you're still going back to the same
Yes,
town to go after Laurie Strode. So what was the fucking point if you're just doing the same thing?
exactly.
If you're taking it away, there has to be a purpose. But you're doing the same thing, thus there was no fucking purpose.
And also another thing,
Someone explain that to
it seems absolutely pointless to me. Oh, the Easter eggs and shit. I don't care about that. I really don't. Like, oh, the Silver Shamrock
Just go
masks.
watch the old fucking
I'll just watch
movies.
Halloween
If I
3
want to see the
again.
Silver Shamrock, just watch the old fucking movies. Believe me, it's
Yeah.
easy to see it in nowadays. The internet.
I'll just watch the
Just
I'll
go
just
watch the
and
old
another
fucking
thing is like if you're
movies.
trying to be a direct sequel to Halloween, but then you're making all these sly homages to the other movies within it, like how can is this really a direct sequel or is this some half-ass fucking lazy reboot goal? You know, or we reboot the franchise, but we don't want it to be a remake, another remake, or a reboot, so we'll call it a sequel, but we'll still call it Halloween, which doesn't make any sense.
Oh, you mean like the Thing
Yeah,
prequel, which
like
was called The Thing.
The Thing, or these other bunch of movies that do the same fucking shit lately. Halloween Returns. Yeah, it's a
Ghostbusters.
Halloween
I mean,
Returns.
that was a remake, but it's
Halloween Returns is a generic title, but it's still better than just calling it Halloween.
Halloween Return to Haddonfield. Halloween.
Yeah.
Uh, the they already had curse in the title. Was the 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 night he came home? Fucking like someone said. I'm surprised they didn't call him Michael Myers.
I'm tired, or
They just
just
didn't call him Michael
Myers.
Myers.
I'm just tired of.
MM, Eminem,
I'm
Eminem, Michael Myers.
I am. What is Joey Mercury gonna show up and he's gonna bust his face open with the ladder? No.
Mike Myers. called Mike
Yeah,
Myers.
baby. Yeah.
Oh hell, like you know what someone said? Call it The Shape.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, for
I mean, it's
me,
not good, but it's
yeah.
better than just Halloween. I mean,
And
go
also with
ahead.
this one, it's not just the look reminds me of some of the other Halloween films, especially the remake, which I'm not a fan of that particular cinematography in the first place. It's the same. It is. It's the same sort of thing as any of the other movies. This is a franchise just like Hellraiser and just like Child's Play and just like Nightmare on Elm Street. There's nothing else you could fucking do. There's nothing else. Okay? Everything's already been done. And if you were going to do something, like for me personally, I think this particular story is pointless because of H2O already did it and ignoring Halloween 2 I think is bullshit. It's the same shit that Texas Chainsaw 3 Dicks did and yeah, that was very successful. That totally erased Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Get him, cuz. Um, but no. Doing the same fucking bullshit. like Texas Chainsaw 3D because that worked out so well. Retconning the sequel. I don't like this thing, this concept of retconning sequels years later. That's just stupid to me. But if you are gonna do
Well,
it,
that's what H2O did.
it
That's what
did.
H2O did by retconning 4, 5, and
Yeah, it
6.
did exactly. It did
So
retcon
they've
four,
already
five, and
done that
six.
too. So that's not even new. So
Yeah,
that's not even new. Doing that, that's
yeah.
so they have done everything. There's like 50 alternate universes in the Halloween films.
But if you were gonna do
Even
another,
Nightmare on Elm Street films were more consistent.
yeah, if you were gonna do a alternate timeline Halloween film, for me personally, this type of film is pointless because you've done it with H2O already. So if you were gonna do something like that, I would have been more interested in a sequel to Halloween 4 that retcons 5, 6, 7, whatever, and maybe even H2O, and you bring back Jamie Lee Curtis, and you have you do something where it retcons the ending of 4, so Jamie is now an adult, and you have this whole thing where you can have Jamie team up with Laurie and kick Michael's ass. I'd be more into that. Like you
Or
could even bring back the girl from
just don't make
part 4 and then make it so she doesn't die. Retcon the beginning of Revenge of Michael Myers. And this is just, it's the same as
or
H2O or Halloween 2, the 1981 film, but the only difference is Loomis isn't there anymore and Jamie Lee Curtis is pretty much replacing him. Really, saying lines like the boogeyman, like you don't know who the boogeyman is, or something like that.
or by that logic, just retcon Halloween Resurrection, and or say like she survived her fall.
Yeah, you could do that too.
If fucking Michael Myers can, if they did retcon H2O's ending by, oh, he switched places with a
That's
fucking
fucking
paramedic,
stupid.
it would be the craziest retcon. Just saying she survived the stab wound.
Yeah. But
I
here
mean,
I'm
it would be
supposed to
less crazy than fuck.
I'm supposed to take this. That's the thing. Like I'm supposed to take this seriously. And I'm sorry, I can't. I cannot take this seriously. I can't take this
Why?
second retcon
Why?
seriously. Because
Why?
it's the reason why for me is like I said, you've already had H2O and you've already had Halloween 2, and it's just not doing anything different. It really isn't. This trailer is not showing me
But
that it's doing anything differently than what I've
but this
already
could be
seen
a
in this
good version of
franchise.
H2O. But it could be a good version of H2O.
You know what? I actually don't hate H2O, so maybe that's it. Like I'm not one of those people that hated H2O to
I,
begin with.
I don't hate. I, I don't hate it either. I liked it less than I did when I first saw it, but I don't hate it.
I mean, the
I
ending
don't
I think
hate
is
it.
pretty badass, despite the fact that it gets retconned or fucked over by the next film. But I
Yeah.
just storytelling wise, a 70-year-old Michael Myers, I'm serious. An octogenarian Michael Myers. Take that shit seriously.
But he's the shape. He's not really, he's the shape. He's not.
Well, if he was
He got
that,
shot 6 times, but yet I guess they caught him.
yeah, which is stupid.
I
That's
guess they
another
caught him, put
reason
him
why I
back
can't take this
out of the
seriously.
open again.
I see this trailer and then this stupid line from this bland, boring British chick and her equally bland, boring British boyfriend or confidant or coworker or whoever the hell it is. And oh, he was shot 6 times 40 years ago, and then he was captured. Since fucking when? He disappeared at the end of the first movie.
He took lessons from 50 Cent about getting a shot. And literally took lessons from 50 Cent.
And if he's the shape, how is he getting captured? How is he like willingly getting locked up?
I don't know. It's a deleted scene from Halloween 5. I don't know. It's
He waits
It's
40 years for
okay.
what?
What were your thoughts?
Why is he waiting 40 years? Why does he
Same
wait?
reason he waited in the first movie.
Yeah.
In the first movie, why did he wait until? So they're doing that again. It's the same shit. It's not even
Like,
the
that's
same
what I'm
shit, a
saying.
different
It's the
day. It's
same
same
thing.
shit, same day.
Yeah,
Because it's Halloween.
it's the same
Same
plot
shit, same
as the
day.
first movie, or it's the same plot as the second film, but there's only a few differences. Oh, it's not going to happen in a hospital. It's going to stay in Haddonfield.
Like Halloween 4.
Yeah.
Which there was even a scene in a garage where a person was dead, like Halloween 4. It's like if you took Halloween 4 instead of a character named Jamie, it's Jamie Lee Curtis. Well, she looks weird in blonde hair. I know she had that haircut in the first one, but
Yes, it doesn't
she
look.
looks like the weird cat lady who's
Well,
talking to
Jamie Lee
herself.
Curtis also looks like she's tired, old, haggard, because she is. She's an older lady, but it looks. It's.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really see that much enthusiasm from her in this trailer for this role. There's just a paycheck.
I don't blame her. This is a paycheck. She's not a fan of horror movies.
The
She said this multiple
Activia,
times.
the Activia money it has run dry, so she needs some extra money. Put in her
I
pocket.
wouldn't, with what she did, she probably took this money. She's going to give it to charity because I think she's done
Yeah.
that. Like when she did her one Halloween convention, she just gave it to charity. That's probably what this is. There's and what if she lives? You saw in H2O. She dies. You saw in Resurrection. So even that's not new.
If they kill Michael
So,
Myers, it's the
so
last
either
one.
way,
If it's the last Halloween film, we've already seen that done too. Multiple times, Michael Myers die at the end. What are you gonna do it in an even dumber way? Like,
and
I mean, than before?
we saw in Halloween 2 when he got burned to death,
Yeah. Well, that was
and
cool.
the fire was through his head.
That's not a
Yeah,
dumb
it was
way.
cool.
But I
It
mean,
was,
before later on, we had dumb ways like fucking
but
steel
that's what I
pipe.
mean. We've seen that
Yeah.
in good ways.
Yeah.
Steel pipe. Oh yeah, Halloween 5 and 6,
Well, Halloween 6,
and
the
I mean,
theatrical cut
and I,
with Paul Rudd beaten in the death with
well,
the steel pipe, and then 5 with the piece of wood.
yeah. Well, he was still alive at the end. He
Yeah.
was in jail in chains in 5. 6, he had the stupid mask and the scream. Ah! Theatrical cut.
And then the fucking stones.
So they've done it. They've done sequel bait ending, and then Halloween 4, you had a weird ending, and then Halloween 2, you had an actual ending. So they've done these. Unless he goes into space, rip off Jason X, or he's a government weapon and he's gonna be sent to Iraq or something. It's like some stupid Sharknado
like
shit.
the raptors
I mean,
in Jurassic World. Or like a
something like
versus
that.
movie.
But,
Michael
okay,
Myers. Michael Myers versus
versus Pinhead.
or Leatherface or some
Pinhead.
shit.
Okay, what if you took us through the trailer to get more of your thoughts? What do you think of the opening and the insane asylum stuff when they're on the giant chessboard and stuff? And he has the mask and the Medusa.
It did nothing for me. Like it
In
was.
my
It
opinion.
was. I thought just like you, it was pretty unbelievable that these group of random British investigators would just be able to sneak in Michael Myers' mask into the insane asylum.
Just everyone Michael Myers done, they're pretty free with how he's
Yeah.
outside.
Well, it's because he's not, the
wandering
shape
around.
is inside and he's just kind of silent and to himself,
Yeah, but he's walking around. I mean, got shot 6 times. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, whatever. Fuck.
Like he was in the first movie, silent and to himself. And
Yeah.
But it's like, why would I want to watch that again? Why can't you just watch the first movie? I mean, for fuck's sake.
But it's better than the first movie.
Yeah, just by the trailer, it's
better
better
than the first
It's
movie.
better than one of the most iconic horror films of all time. Bullshit my dick.
Yeah, I disagree with I've read that in comments. I disagree with them.
Like, how can you even say that based on a trailer? These are the people you can't judge a movie by the trailer, but here they are judging the entire film already by the trailer.
Well, that's what we're doing. We're judging this movie based on the trailers. So
Yeah, but we're honest about it.
that's what we're doing.
We're honest about it, though.
Well, that's probably their honest opinion on it. I just disagree with them. That's their honest
Yeah,
opinion on
but
it. I
I
just
mean, we're
disagree with
honest
them.
about judging the trailer based on judging the movie based on the trailer. But it's like they're not even like bringing that up. They're just saying it already looks better. It's already better. But I mean, just from the
I
trailer,
disagree with them. I mean, that's
yeah,
their opinion.
yeah.
I don't have to agree with it.
I don't agree with it either. But
This movie is just what the. There's been like this is the 11th Halloween film. Just let her die. It's okay for franchise to die. You did a video on that
yeah, I
franchise
don't. I don't
dying.
want to
Just
see
let her
any
die.
more of the night he comes home. What I want to see is the night he goes away. He leaves. He leaves Haddonfield and never comes back.
Just the thing is, this is going to be a hit. I
Hmm.
guarantee it's going to be a box office hit. It's coming out in October, and people are really excited for it for okay, whatever reason. I don't
I
agree
think
with.
some
I don't
people.
understand, but
I
whatever.
actually agree with you, and it's
And
controversial, but fuck it. It's my podcast, my channel, my show,
sure,
my rules.
yeah, it's your show. Yeah, it's your show.
I actually agree with you for what you've said before that it's a lot of desperation from horror fans.
On the on the on the Bumblebee thing, or
Yeah, well, I mean, on
well, I
on
think that's what I
Bumblebee,
mentioned there.
and we've even spoke. We've sent messages
Oh
to each
right, yeah.
other and stuff like that on Facebook and stuff like that. And I feel it's desperation.
Hmm.
It's so desperate for Michael Myers and these horror icons to live on and to live forever that new movie comes out. It's like it looks like the greatest thing ever. It's gonna be the best Halloween movie. It's gonna be the best film since the first movie, and so on and so forth and so on. And any
Well,
sign of doubt or
what I
anything like that, well, that's just erased because that they're just it's a sheer desperation. They're clinging on by their fingernails with their beloved franchise, and they don't want it.
well
They don't want to let go.
the 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 common thing I've read is, well, it's got to be better than Rob Zombie's Halloween. I'm like, that's not much of an effort
No, it
to be
isn't
better
at all.
than oh fuck you in the fuck. It's not I mean, it's yeah. That's not a big step up. I mean, and it's going to make money, and then they're going to make more. I don't care if the filmmakers are saying, "Oh, this is the last one." That's a common all the time. Friday the 13th Part 4. It was the final chapter. Jason Goes to Hell was the final Friday. They still made more.
Oh,
Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare. They
Saw
still made more.
8 or
It's
whatever. What
always a
isn't it?
fight.
Saw 6 or 7, the final.
Saw seven, the final chapter, and they just had a piece of shit one called Jigsaw, which I saw. Saw, yeah, and it was a piece of shit. It's there's always a final one until it makes money, and then there's going to be another one. Either it's going to be a sequel, it's going to be a reboot. Hell, it may even be a fucking TV show, which I would not be surprised if they did a fucking TV show. I mean, and then they're going to do Elm Street because it was Halloween was successful. Then they're going to do Friday the 13th. Then they'll probably going to do another Leatherface. They're doing the Chucky TV show, and they're going to keep milking it dry. And I said this in a comment and someone. Sometimes when you get enough water from a pond, it becomes dry,
If you get enough water from a
and it's
well.
been dry for a
Yeah.
long time, or even from a pond,
Yeah.
which is big.
Mhm.
It's been run dry. There's nothing left in the pond. Okay, there's nothing left, in my opinion.
Well, I agree with you. I
It's
felt
been
that
run
way
dry for a long time.
even before this trailer came out and when everything was announced. I was like, I really did feel there was nothing that they could do with another Halloween movie that would make this fresh or new. And I feel the same way after watching the trailer. I'm sorry. Cinematography doesn't do anything for
Because
me.
it's the
The
same fucking
editing,
thing.
it's the same
It's the same
story.
fucking movie.
Yeah.
What's different about it?
Well,
Name one thing that's different about it.
Instead of Loomis, it's Jamie Lee Curtis, and she has a gun.
Like in H2O. She had a gun in Halloween 2. Shot him in the eyes. Oh,
Yeah.
they don't explain that? Well, that does exist. That's right. So, I like that movie. It's my favorite Halloween film is Halloween 2. But that's another reason. I'm like, oh yeah, wipe out the one that's my favorite.
Well, yeah. I mean, I
But
really like Halloween 2 a lot too, and I don't like the idea, retconning shit and whatever. And I dealt with it with H2O, but I kind of look at that
okay,
as like a one-off.
if
You
if
know?
if if you're gonna retcon it, do something with it. But they're retconning it just to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So what was the point of the retcon if it's just the same thing?
Well, it's
That's my
pointless.
point.
It's
Oh, we want to
pointless.
get rid of it because we don't want the brother thing. But she's still going after Jamie Lee Curtis. So it results in the same result.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, what was the point when it's
It's
doing the
a
same thing?
it's a
If it's
different
supposed to be the
formula.
last one, it's
It's
the
a
same result.
it's a different formula, but the exact same result and the exact same reaction. There's nothing different
Exactly. So
about
then
it.
what's the point?
And
So then
that's why
what's the point?
I was not
So
impressed with the
what was
trailer.
the
I saw the trailer and right afterwards I was like not impressed. Not impressed in the slightest. Not excited. There was even a shot in
was it?
the Michael Myers was hiding in the closet. Wasn't there something similar to that in one of the remakes or some of the other movies?
Um, the remakes I barely
But
remember.
even then, like
I know there's
a
that
killer
part.
hiding in
What
the
was it?
closet. Wow. Yeah, that's original.
Well, technically, he went into the closet at the end of the first one when he
Yeah.
got poked by the coat hanger. I mean,
I thought that
but
scene in the trailer.
yeah,
I
there's
thought it was
many.
laughable. I really did. I know people say that's a great scare. I mean, I thought that was laughable. That was hilariously overwrought, and it reminded me of the
Well, I
scene
mean,
in the
at least he
Monster
still had,
Squad. You know, when he opens the door and ooh, scary monster.
that is the same scene. Yeah, because it's a kid on the bed and the older person.
Yeah.
I'm glad he still has teleport. I'm glad he can teleport. At least I know he can teleport. Just how the fuck else he got in there. But they're supposed, whatever the fuck.
And none of the
I know I'm not
violence
supposed
or
to
any of
think
the
about
kills
that
they
stuff.
showed
Sorry.
did anything for me. I know it's a teaser trailer or it's a first trailer, but they want to give everything away.
Well,
But
did they show really much kills?
no, they just
I
showed
guess the
like
girl in the
there's like somebody
bathroom.
gets knifed. I think in one scene, in one shot, I saw on the trailer, and they have the teeth.
Which is it's Michael Myers. Just he's not. I never thought like him and Jason Voorhees were the same thing.
Yeah,
Michael Myers isn't really about that. I mean, yeah, there's some
no,
good kills in two and four,
but like
but
with the teeth, like is
it's
that
not
really?
a Jason Voorhees thing.
The teeth seems to be something that I don't know. Like I don't
What
remember
was the
Michael
teeth
Myers
thing? I don't
doing.
remember.
Well, the girl was in the stall. The British girl was in the bathroom stall, and a hand comes over the
Oh,
stall
and he
and
drops
drops
teeth or
teeth.
something.
And I never really saw
Why?
Michael Myers as that type of slasher or that type of killer who
Where did
just
he get the teeth from?
randomly fucking takes teeth from people and then drops them to scare people. I don't remember that ever being the case.
So is that like his? Is this the director's version of? Oh well, when he had the tombstone and put it on the bed, so he's just taking teeth and put it to fuck with someone like the tombstone in the
He's a
first
fucking tooth
movie.
fairy now. I don't know.
I get he's the new tooth. This is well, there you go, called the Tooth Fairy.
It's supposed to be it's supposed to be scary and unsettling. I just think it's random. I it just seemed random to me. Just random
Yeah, Macho
nonsense.
dropped eyeballs. Someone's eyeballs, and the eyeballs look at her. Drop the fucking mask from Halloween 3. Could be more random.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't get it. Nothing for me whatsoever. Oh, they even have the that's the Michael Myers house. So they still have the Myers house, and they still do that again. We've seen that done a bunch of times. I just don't. I mean, I really don't have much else to say. Like I'm pretty much worn out when it comes to like
Why not?
saying anything
Okay, you
about
want
it.
to. Okay, let me ask you something. Let me
Mm-hmm.
ask you something. How about you do a Halloween film from a detective's point of view? People being killed.
Oh yeah, your idea
It's
that you
on
had
Halloween
with the spinoff
on a different town.
With Brad Dourif's character, with Sheriff Brackett.
Oh yeah, in the Rob Zombie one, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, okay, like don't have Laurie Strode. You don't need Jamie Lee Curtis bad. There's killings happening on Halloween. It's a detective. He's got to figure out what's going on, and then he's investigating. Oh, it just happens to be this guy. Does it have to be Haddonfield? Does it have to go back to Haddonfield? Does it have to be that?
No. Does he have to escape the exact same
I
fucking
mean,
way he did in the first movie, pretty much? Look at that
yeah, you
shot
have
in this
you have
trailer.
crazy people in the middle of the
Yeah.
street,
Yeah. There's a crash.
and
There's
that's
some
the
kind of
point.
bus crash or something,
If
and
you
then Michael Myers escapes again, the same fucking way as he did in the first
and,
movie.
and that was my point.
Or the second
That was
film.
my point where they're saying they want to retcon and delete part two and such because that way they have no limits. But if you have no limits, then why are you doing the same thing
Yeah.
if you quote have no limits? If that's the case, then it just shows perfectly clear that this has no more stories to tell.
Mm-hmm.
If this is the limits, no limits you have, that means this is done and buried.
There are no limits
And you,
is the oh, they're not brother and sister. Lori has a daughter.
but they're but they do the same thing anyway. So
Yeah,
there are limits.
I
apparently,
know exactly. But
apparently based on the
their idea
writers.
of no limits is the most limited shit possible. It's very limited.
This seems like a fucking sequel. This is a sequel in the vein Force Awakens is a sequel. That's what it seems like.
Yeah. Or
Almost want to be re.
it's like a fan film. But like I said,
Kind of, yeah.
I said earlier that it was like a reboot or a requel or whatever. You know, that's it's one of those recent
Well, it's called Halloween. I mean,
examples
why the fuck
of a
wouldn't you think that?
sequel that is really a hidden reboot.
Well, that was the thing prequel. It's a prequel, but it was
Mm-hmm.
really a remake, although technically a prequel. It was called The Thing. And back then, people were like, "Why are you getting mad?" Because it's called The Thing, and it did become a remake, even though technically it's a prequel. But it was doing the same shit, and a lot of people were like, "Yeah, it was." But we were crazy apparently, but we called it out on it, and it turned out to be true.
I
Even did
mean,
a ranty commentary on the piece of shit.
it's sad, Matt. It's really sad that the Howling franchise did more creative things. It had more,
By the second one,
it did more creative
the
things
second was
than.
definitely different from the first movie.
Yeah. And I'm not
Red
saying
Brown
that.
screaming and killing werewolves was a lot different than the
Yeah,
first one.
I'm not saying that the Howling films are great. They're not, but at least they did different things and they weren't doing the same shit over and over and over again. And that's what it seems like this
Well,
film is doing.
even the Nightmare on Elm Street films, even the worst ones, we don't like Part Five.
But
It was trying to do something
yeah,
different. It just wasn't good.
yeah, the baby dream thing, yeah. Yeah.
But by Part Two, it was different. We both liked Part Two.
Yeah,
That was
the
very
the
different,
gay Nightmare on Elm Street.
and I like it. I call it a good Elm Street movie that was different but still good.
Yeah.
Even Freddy himself, he could be different from dark 1 and 2 to funny 3 and 4 to shitty like 5 to
Eh.
goofy in 6 to crazy in
And Dark.
New Nightmare.
Yeah.
And New Nightmare was very different. I mean, that's a franchise that did different stuff. Even Friday the 13th films, Mike. Look at
Well,
Jason
yeah.
Goes
I
to
mean,
Hell,
in New
which
Nightmare
we both
also,
liked.
New Nightmare did have homages. It did, but
But it was part of the
it
story
was
of
part of the
that
story.
made sense in the
Exactly.
story. It was about strips in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like why the fuck is the mask in Halloween 3 in this movie? It was not part of the
Well,
movie, other than
it's
it's an
like
Easter egg you could jerk off on.
it's like in Ghostbusters Answer the Call. You know, Slimer's there, and the
Harold
Ghostbusters
Ramis
logo, and the Harold Ramis bust.
and the Harold Ramis statue,
Yeah.
and Bill Murray who was bored to death.
And Dan Aykroyd playing a cab driver who says, "I ain't afraid of no ghosts."
I ain't afraid of no paychecks. I but getting back to Halloween, if you look forward to it, you're in the majority. No matter what we say, it's don't make money. I would not be surprised if it got passed from critics. We just feel this is pointless,
Well, I mean,
useless, and it's okay for the franchise to die.
critics love to upgrade, despite its fucking disappointing, stupid ending. But should have expected that. Because critics seem to like
You,
that kind of stuff.
I didn't see Upgrade, but yeah, I've definitely heard of stuff. I've heard things, but
But with Halloween, yeah, I'm just not looking forward to it. I just don't. There's nothing else they can do with this franchise. I said it before this came out, and I
they
still feel
showed.
the same way. And the trailer did nothing to prove or make me feel any differently.
No, because it's the same. Everything you're saying is the same, other than there's a fucking giant chessboard.
And Jamie's got a gun.
Jamie's got a gun. Like I said, it might as well be called Jamie's got a gun. The shoot Michael in his head until he's fucking dead. Tis directed by the guy who did Pineapple Express. It's gonna suck a bunch of dicks. Cause Jamie's got a gun. This fucking franchise is done.
Yeah.
I got nothing
So
else to say.
I got nothing else to say about Halloween.